My little sister and I have always both been really big into The Sims, as you can maybe probably tell. But she's in a real Sims phase right now, ever since the horse pack came out. While I am kind of constantly in a Sims phase, hers kind of comes and goes, probably more similar to how most people are with this game. And she just built her Sims a big, giant horse ranch, and then got kind of stressed and sick of it and asked me if I could help her finish it and also fix some parts of it. And so I thought maybe we could try to turn this into a YouTube video. And so today we are going to renovate my little sister's Sims build. I'm actually recording this the day before her 18th birthday, so happy birthday, Shanna. This is not quite the nicest birthday gift. I'm not gonna make fun of her build, okay? I'm just gonna help her. I'll offer some tips, and you better not make fun of it either, okay? That is my little sister, and it's her birthday. So this is what we're working with today. Of course, she had to go and build it on a 64 by 64 lot. I don't want to build a 64 by 64 lot tonight, but you can see we've got a small house. There's a pool. In the back, we've got a big horse barn. There's even a fountain. We've also got a bunch of horse training objects over here. I saw these balls and thought that they were snowballs, but it's actually a horse ball, not a snowball. I was like, wow, was it winter in her game? No, that's just a ball. When you come in the house, it's got a little bit of a porch. You walk into a big open concept kitchen, living, dining room. There's one bathroom and 2 bedrooms. It looks like her Sims have a baby. And then in the back, she's got 3 stalls. So I'm guessing she has 3 horses. She didn't actually tell me that part, so I'm just making some assumptions. I honestly had no idea that she had the bowling stuff pack. That kind of came as a shock to me, but she used bowling night stuff, dine out, parenthood, get together, city living, cats and dogs, seasons, island living, cottage living, high school years, and of course, obviously, horse ranch. So I'll try and keep it just these packs because I don't know if she has any others. And I'm also gonna try to stick to her budget. She spent like 70,000, so I might give us like 75, so it's still reasonably affordable. Honestly, the thought of her having only 1 stuff pack and it being the bowling stuff pack is really funny to me. I don't know if that's true, but of all the stuff packs to pick, the one that you pick out is bowling. It would not be my first recommendation, but I mean, if you like bowling, then go for it. Fantastic. It is fall and raining, so that's not gonna work. I think I might give us like 10,000 extra simoleons to work with here, and I'll try not to go too far over that. I'm actually gonna start by deleting all the terrain paint and all the landscaping. That's one of the things that she said she had no idea how to do. She was like, I don't know how to landscape. I'm not good at landscaping. So we can try and offer some tips there as well. That also gives us a little bit of money back, which is gonna be helpful. And I think I'm gonna try to not use debug because I want this video to be, oh, that's poop. Okay. I want this video to be easy to follow for the average person, and debug I think can be a little bit complicated at times. So step 1, I think I might scoot the house a little bit closer to the front of the lot to give us some more room back here for the horses. That might be a little too close. And I'm sorry, Shanna, but I'm gonna delete the whole roof. We're gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna delete the fences too. It seems like she enjoys a lot of black and gray accents. I noticed this the last time I did one of her builds. She uses a lot of black and gray everywhere. It seems like she was kind of trying to go for a slightly more modern-ish looking cottage. I'm just gonna delete the windows too, because I might adjust the floor plan slightly. We'll try and keep the main general space here though. Power has been shut off, pay your bills. Oh my God, wait, really? Oh, sorry. That's me from a different save. Sorry. Yikes, okay. Ignore that. I forgot that Stanley had gotten the power shut off. So anyway, this is the house. I think I might actually keep this layout the exact same, and I'm just gonna try to roof it as is and then give some tips while I do it. Usually when I do roofs on builds, I like to start off by roofing the biggest rectangle first. So in this house, the space that I'm kind of picturing is right here. This big rectangle is kind of our starting point. Usually when I build, I have that one big main shape and then add to it, which I think helps with the roofing looking better. So in this case, I'm gonna put one big gabled roof across that whole thing. Normally when I'm building, I only want to have it bump out from that rectangle on one side at a time. So this part, this like little L shape around the outside isn't really my favorite. So what I might do instead, I'm so sorry, Shanna, is scoot it over a little bit because that way it's completely flat up against the other side. It just makes it a little bit easier to roof when you've got all these pieces kind of lined up with each other. I'm actually also going to make this porch a little bit smaller and have it just go around the corner here. And you know what? I might even make this short wall height instead. I'm not the biggest fan of medium wall height, to be honest. honest. I think I find that it's a little bit easier to do windows on short wall height. So I think I'll do the roof pieces like that. And then I'm gonna add a ceiling on this area. And I'm gonna turn this into a wraparound porch. I'm not 100% sure I wanna do that, but I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. Actually, no, I'm not gonna try it. I don't like that. Redo. We're gonna do a more flat porch instead, I've decided. It's gonna be small and just in the front. Wraparound porches I find always look better when there's 2 stories to a house, at least when I try and do them. I guess I could make it a 2-story house, but I think that might be a little extreme. I might actually make the front doorway a little bit wider too. I just like that roof line being a little bit wider. Okay, I think that's, well, it's not that good, but it's all right. It's all right. Once we start adding to it like this, it'll come back together. So I think I'm gonna use a lot of this horse ranch fencing and cute stuff like this. What if the porch was even smaller? What do you think would happen if we did it like that? What if there was no gabled roof? Like, what if we just kind of, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm sorry. I've made some adjustments to my plan. I'm gonna put a fake second floor. Sometimes I like to do this where I kind of hide a fake attic, and I think this case is probably a good time to do it. So what I'm doing right now is putting roofs on either side, and then I'll put a third roof just on top. This is the same size as the roof that I had originally, but because there's actually a room up there, I can put some more stuff in it. I'm sorry, Shanna, I'm actually gonna make your house a little bit smaller now that I think about it. I know I said I was gonna keep the floor plan. I'm making some minor adjustments, okay? But if we did it like this, I sort of like it like that though, because then I can have a little hidden room upstairs. I might even make this bathroom a tiny bit bigger, because I sort of like the idea of putting a chimney up here, like making a custom chimney with walls, because that adds something to the side of the build there. And you know what? What if we had a little part in the front that came out like this? Kind of like a little addition on the build. That gives us a little bit more room to have an extra bedroom. Or we could even give the bedrooms a hallway instead. It can kind of be the same this way, just with a hallway in between them. And then I can use this little tiny room right here as like a half bathroom for an extra toilet. Okay, I have totally just destroyed all of her furniture. So for that, I apologize. You know what? This could be an ensuite bathroom actually. Ooh, that's nice. I'll put it back, okay? I swear I'll fix it. I'm not quite there yet. I did shrink part of the kitchen, so I might steal a tile back here and make it a little bit longer. And then we'll try and mimic a little bit of the same roof that we did in the front. But honestly, the back of this can be quite plain, with the exception of maybe one extra little dormer up here. I'm gonna put this porch back, but I'm gonna readjust the size, I think. I wanna get a big porch, and I kind of want it to wrap around a lot of the side of this, because I wanna use the pool still, but I think I might have the porch come like all the way around this way, and I'll make the pool a little bit bigger. I might regret that. I might run out of money. This budget might not work for us. That's kind of what I'm picturing for the shape of the main house. Obviously, I'll put this little entrance back. And then the barn, I like the concept. I can see what she was going for, but I might redo the roof on this also and see if we can do it more similar to the other barns that I've been building recently. I definitely want to still have 3 stalls for 3 horses. So that's kind of the main priority here. I think I might actually end up making the stalls a little bit tighter though. Kind of right up closer together like this, and then I'll just shrink the sides of the building, which means I will also shrink the top of the building. This will save us some money at least. She kind of decorated upstairs like an attic, but there isn't access to it. So I kind of want to make sure that we can really embrace this space. And I'll do kind of a simple shape, just a very classic looking barn. It's really not that fancy at all, but I think that it fits back there pretty nicely. And then I might even scoot it forward just a smidge. You know what? I might even make it a little bit bigger in the back. I really like how she had a door from the barn into the side yard over here, and then she had like the horse training. So I might try and do that again. And then inside the barn, I'm gonna use the fence that looks kind of like a stall. We've got a cute matching fence and some matching columns, and I think that that comes together quite nicely. I might even just open the upstairs. We could have it open and then like a slight, well, this is kind of a mess now, but we could have it open and then have a slight lofted area. Okay, I think I actually like that a lot. Obviously, we'll come back and change the colors, but right now I'm kind of more so just thinking about space planning. I love this big open pasture, and then we can put the horse jumps and stuff in the middle there. I actually kind of like the idea of fencing in everything on this lot. I don't know if this is gonna be too much, but if we fenced it all in together, that is, first of all, a lot of money on fences that I probably don't need to spend. But if we fence the whole thing in together, that does kind of help finish everything off. I put some little tile around the pool, and then the horse ranch pack has these really nice stone pavers that I might use. They come in kind of a light gray color, which matches what she's been using. I don't remember at all what color roof she had, so I'm really sorry, Shanna. I just deleted it without looking. I'm gonna pick a new one. I like this sort of weathered roof from the pack though, and I might use that same thing again on the barn. Unless, maybe I'll use metal on the barn. I like the metal on the barn, that's nice. This thing's kind of in my way. I can't see the build. I'm putting some staircases around the place. I wanna use this fence so bad, but I hate the auto placement of the little columns most of the time. I say that, and it's not actually that bad this time. So you win this one, Sims team. But normally I hate when you have it auto place the columns. Hate it, hate it. Any auto placement in The Sims is usually bad. I don't mean to be mean, I'm just being honest. And then I'll get some stair railings back on these as well. She used a lot of stone, so I think I'm gonna do that too. But I'm actually gonna paint most of the house white with this white paneling, and then go in with stone as an accent color. I'll paint the chimney with that stone color, and I might also actually paint this little front bump out with that stone color as well. I like to use columns on the edges of walls like this, kind of just to finish it off, so I'll go back in and put those too. I feel like it helps with the place looking a little bit more finished. Sometimes the wallpaper looks weird to me without columns on the edge, but I also do columns on the edge a lot, so that's probably part of it. I kind of want to use white wallpaper on the barn too, but maybe I'll use this one that's got like the vertical paneling instead. And I might paint the whole thing white actually. I actually really like these light blue accent colors she used over here. I know what you're thinking, everything Lil Simsie builds is blue, but like actually genuinely I really like that light blue color. It's really pretty. It is so irritating to me how these different barn doors don't have the same swatches. Like this one has blue and white, this is just all blue. Why? I kind of want to use the big blue barn door, or at least a big open barn door. This one doesn't even come in plain white. That genuinely bothers me so much. I'm just gonna use the medium wall height one. It's technically clipping. It's like floating above the wall, but don't look at that, okay? Just don't look at that. Ignore that, it's fine. It doesn't matter. We like that it's clipping, okay? I like it. I'll use the same wallpaper everywhere inside as well. What do I do? Put the blue doors there? This is just so annoying. Why don't they match? Why wouldn't they match? That makes absolutely no sense. I think I'm gonna use a lot of these big tall windows on the outside because I really like how those look. I like the white and black together a lot. I realize it is so modern farmhouse, okay? But it actually looks kind of cute. And this is the style my sister picked. She had this color scheme. I'm not just gonna like go in and change it. If she likes this, then she can keep it. I kind of want to use that same door from the front again in the back. And maybe I could get a little bit of a slight covered bit of the patio. I don't think I need the whole thing to be covered, but I am kind of looking for an excuse to have something else more interesting on the back. Like if I could put some columns there or something, just so the back isn't as flat. Okay, so here's kind of what I'm thinking for all the window placement. I'm trying to be a little bit careful about not putting too many windows because sometimes I do that. And I have totally destroyed my poor sister's floor plan, so give me a second. I might actually use this same wood floor on the porch because it kind of matches the door exactly. You know what? That actually looks really nice. I don't really know what you're supposed to put in a barn. I've been putting dirt in the stalls, which I think is right. I'll probably give each horse one light size down. And I might actually put some windows for the horses in their stalls too. But I think with that, we've got the main layout of everything complete. Now I'm just gonna go back in and try and fix her house interior because I totally messed this up. I might paint all the walls with plain drywall for a second. And you know what? I might even do a little switcheroo. So she had the living room over here before. I think I'm gonna switch it because there's more flat wall for the TV on this side. And then I might do the dining room on the other half over there. Okay, I have officially made this bathroom enormous and like a very, very weird shape. I just wanted to have a little bump out for the door. Ooh, here's an idea. We could put the toilet in here, like a little toilet closet. That happens a lot in real life. And then the rest can be the sink and the shower and all that. Okay, I can work with that. Oh no. Except I need to have some sort of way to have a staircase upstairs if I'm gonna use it. That actually fits really well, to be honest. That going right there and then the staircase being just right up against the edge, that's kind of like perfect. I don't think I'm gonna use all this space, okay? Kind of what I'm picturing is that maybe there's an extra bedroom up here. You see how the roof is being really weird and clipping? You can fix that by like scooting it all away. Basically, I can just place multiple roof pieces and then adjust them to be perfectly up against the walls and then they aren't clipping anymore. I'm actually gonna put this bathroom door in the kitchen. I'm sorry. I know that's like gross, but it fits best, okay? So in total, I got her 2 extra bathrooms. And then she also has an extra bedroom upstairs, which I don't actually know if she can afford. So for that, I apologize to my sister. I got a little bit carried away, but it looks cute. It looks cute. I almost completely forgot to put lights outside. You know what? It might also be nice to have a door. We could probably get a door from this bedroom. The primary bedroom could totally fit one right there. Might have to swap this layout around a little bit. The bed could go up against this wall. I was gonna put the desk upstairs, kind of like a little office nook, and I actually like the clutter she put, so I might keep that. Before, my sister had a little half wall in the entryway, and my parents' house is like that, so I might actually put that back because I kind of like the realism of it, and it gives a more proper entry here. I'm kind of horse ranchifying my sister's build here, but I really like these chairs. I might just do 4 dining chairs instead though, so we can fit it in this little corner better. I'll get a kind of fancy light, and then maybe we can use some of the horse ranch decor, because there is this really pretty like leafy thing. We could use that. She also had these diplomas before, so I'll use that again too. Oh wait, I might put a rocking chair on the front porch. I'll probably put a couple rocking chairs on this back porch because there's so much space back here. Unless I want to do something else. Oh my gosh, hear me out. What if we get like a custom built-in grill? I can put some cabinets on either side. We could do like a little bar in front of it. Oh, wait a minute. What if I put it over here? So your Sims can grill out here. They can sit at the bar. I might get another staircase right here so you can come out straight down to the pool. Oh, maybe, wait, speaking of the pool, let's get a couple lounge chairs nearby it. Maybe like a plant on top. Do you think it would be weird if I put a little hedge fence around the pool? I'm not sure. I do actually kind of like that. We have those cute little hedge archways that fit right in the middle. And then I might put some landscaping up close to the house. This is the thing. We kind of have to start landscaping now. I've been putting it off because this lot is enormous and I don't want to think about it. But I'll try to give some tips while I do it. So first of all, up close to the house right here, because this is kind of like attached to the house, I'm doing slightly more like formal landscaping. So I just put a couple little plants kind of almost in like a custom planter box next to the house. But for most of the rest of the lot, I kind of want it to be a little bit more free flowing almost. And I'm gonna start with terrain paint. Now, this terrain paint is gonna be a little bit dramatic, okay? But I'm gonna use terrain paint to fill up almost the entire lot. Like I'm gonna basically put terrain paint and this dirt like everywhere. I'm starting right here by putting a little pathway from the entrance up to the front door. And then I'm gonna get a slightly smaller brush and kind of make some curvy paths that go to all of the other entrances and other things on the lot. So for example, I got a curvy path going up to the pool. I'm gonna make another one back here coming all the way from the barn. I just have to figure out how I want to do it first because it takes up a lot of space. Sometimes it takes me like multiple tries to get the terrain paint how I want it to look. So don't feel bad if you have to like do it and then undo it and then do it again. But I feel like having big amounts of terrain paint, especially on a big giant 64 by 64 lot like this, it really helps fill it all in. I need to get a couple gates in a couple places. I think I might put a gate on like almost all the sides just to make it easier to come and go from in here, but I'm not gonna put terrain paint up to all the sides. I'll mostly just put terrain paint up to this one. Sometimes they get all like octopus-like this, and it kind of weirds me out. So I don't know if this part's weird or not, but it's okay. Everything's at least connected. Your Sims don't walk on the paths, they kind of just go wherever, but it makes me feel better to have the paths. And then I think I'm gonna fill in this whole place underneath the horse area with dirt. I'm just trying to think of ways to break up this whole place and make it feel a little bit more finished, even though it's like a big empty lot right now. And I think dirt helps. So here's kind of what it's looking like from the top view. I wonder if I could maybe get a couple horse jumps in the back and then maybe some of the barrel stuff in the front, like up here. Or should it be opposite? Maybe the horse jumps go in the front and the barrel goes in the back. Oh, we could even put 2 of them. I guess there isn't really need for 2 of them, but I do like how it looks more full. And I'll give the horses a couple balls, just kind of like out in the grass like this. I want to put a little sign. Shanna had this sign before and I like that being up by the barn. And now we got a landscape and this place is huge. So we're gonna start by kind of layering stuff. I'm gonna first go in with some trees. I might do some combinations of one big tree and then one little tree. The goal with these is kind of just to fill in some of the space because we have a lot of empty space. I don't really like this tree. This one's from the pack, but I'm not into it. So I'm gonna use a base game one. I really like this big oak tree. It's just not really the right color. color. Oh, these trees in the back look like this one's sized up. Do you think I could use that? I think I should be able to use that. That helps, right? It's looking a little bit more full. I think I'm gonna line the front fence up here with some bushes like this. I'll probably use that in a couple places. That might help over in this area too, kind of in front of the horse section. I'm so out of money. I'm keeping a lot of the same furniture that she had before in the barn. I'm just kind of rearranging it. I'd like for there to be a lot of open walking space to come and go through here, so you could like come through this door and straight out to the outside. I feel like that'll help make gameplay easier. Oh, she had a trash can in her inventory. Yeah, we're gonna need one of those. There's also horse poop right here, but I'm just gonna sell that. I'm gonna teach you all how to do some classic Simsie landscaping. So I am really obsessed with these hydrangea flowers. And what I like to do is go through and kind of put a couple of them, one big one and one small one, around a lot of corners. We can also kind of sneak the sign in next to it. But what I'm gonna do here is use a lot of the same flower in a lot of places. So I'm gonna put it in pretty much every little corner around here. We'll do some kind of in the front there. I'll put some maybe next to the staircase. I might even do a couple of them over here. Maybe I'll get one or two in the actual front yard. I'm gonna bring the mailbox further out so I can see it a bit better. Sometimes I like to get these low-lying flowers and place them underneath my hydrangeas and kind of layer the landscaping. But I think on this lot, less might be more. So I'm not gonna do that. A little bit less landscaping is also a little bit easier to recreate if any of you were trying to learn how to do something from this. And then sometimes I like to get some little flower boxes and put them in a couple of spots underneath some windows. They fit pretty nicely around the side over here. I could probably get some in the back on this window. And that just adds a little bit more pizzazz to the front. And then we go back to terrain paint, and we're gonna get a really light colored dirt. And I'm gonna put it all the way around the house, like underneath all of the stuff that I've built. I'm gonna put it underneath all the plants. Part of why I'm not doing like too much landscaping right now is because I wanna make sure it runs on my sister's laptop. So I'm trying to be like a little bit cautious of how many plants I'm placing, because sometimes I have a tendency to go a little bit overboard, but this shouldn't be too bad. And then I wanna try and layer the terrain paint a little bit and put some darker dirt underneath the center of these little barrels and jumps and stuff, just so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional. Sometimes I even like to go through and layer terrain paint, and I'll paint darker terrain paint just around the sides of that pathway I just placed, because it sort of starts to make it blend in a little bit better. But I don't think I'm gonna do that today. I think I might just leave it because I'm really liking how this looks. Inside the house, we have a lot of work to do. And like I said, I want to keep a lot of the things that Shanna had before, just maybe update them a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm deleting her whole kitchen. I don't know if she's gonna like this sort of rustic counter from the pack because she made everything all white in the kitchen, but I kind of want to use it. Then I might get a black bar stool. Unfortunately, I'm gonna use a slightly cheaper kitchen appliance set. I might also put the sink in the island because I kind of like being able to watch the TV while we use it. No, I don't think she's gonna like this. I have to do something else. I'm sorry, we can't. Oh, that is certainly something else. Can you tell that it's gotten dark since I've been doing this? She does have Parenthood, and I love the Parenthood counters. These also have a couple nice variants. Like this one's kind of a pantry cabinet. That one has some cups in it. I have almost spent all my money. Oh no. I feel like she would probably enjoy a plain white, kind of pristine backsplash. She might like this too. This trash can gives you money when you put plates in it. I don't know if she knows about that yet. I really do like this couch that she picked, but I think I want to get a couple chairs to go with it. And sometimes I like to use cabinets to make a fake TV stand, so that way I can hang up something on the wall that just fits a little bit better. This method does work better when you have enough money, which we don't have right now. My sister never said she had a budget. I just gave myself a budget. I'm also gonna use this really pretty horse ranch paneling because she had all white wallpaper everywhere. So we know she likes white walls. Oh, I wonder if she would like a stone backsplash. Probably not. Put it back to tile. She wants tile. I'm gonna give her a little cabinet and a little shoe rack. She might like a coat rack in the corner. Maybe a little doormat by the front door. I really like this living room. I think this is actually really nice. There's some cute paintings from the horse ranch pack that might help to add in some more color. And then in some of these random empty spots, I might put like a little clock. Would be helpful to have a thermostat. I'm sorry, I'm just cheating for money. I'm sorry. So I kept all the same furniture she had before in the baby's room, but I just kind of rearranged it slightly. Is that floating? Oh my goodness. I almost didn't see that there. I like that. We can use that in the baby's room. It can be like a little farm theme. That's so cute. Annoyingly, I don't really have a spot for the fireplace she was using because I put things on all the walls. Maybe I could put a fireplace upstairs. We could put it like in this office area. Oh my God. Whoa, I kind of messed up this room. I know that my sister actually likes to furnish things, so I almost don't want to go in and mess this up too bad in case she wants to go back and like decorate it again herself. I more just wanted to help her with the exterior. I'm gonna use the same white paneling upstairs in the hallway. Oh, and I might use this cute painting above this too. I feel like I kind of ruined her nursery. I think it was better before. This is what I've redone in the primary bedroom. It's not that much different. It's just kind of rotated a little bit, and obviously it has a door to the outside now. Upstairs, I don't think I should put too much else because I don't want to ruin her decorations from the desk table, but I do want to turn this room into something. I don't really know if her Sims are going to have any more kids, but I feel like it might not hurt to make it into a gym or something, or at least some sort of skill building room. Oh, speaking of skill building, I'm going to put a telescope over here. My sister's going to like that. Your Sims can die from that. Oh, maybe I'll make it into an art studio. I might also put a treadmill just for good measure. You know, you can skill build. And I think with that, the entire build is complete. So we got her an extra room, we got 2 extra bathrooms. I didn't really redo the furnishing too much. I kind of just moved it around because I moved her walls around, but we did redo the entire exterior and I feel like it turned out really nicely. I'm gonna stick it on the gallery. Sister will fix. I'm uploading it now. Oh my God, I didn't save yet. What if it crashes? I might cry. Oh, we're fine. Sorry, false alarm. False alarm. Okay, this is the finished product though. I really like the main shape of the house. I feel like she did a really good job. It was good bones. She just got kind of bored, so she didn't properly finish it. Those are her words, not mine. So we just helped her out a little bit. We cleaned it up, we finished the outside, and I really like it. I'm gonna send her a picture right now, but I think on that note, I'm gonna end this video right here. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, I do a lot of builds here on my YouTube channel. I was trying to be more explainy with this one, so hopefully it wasn't too boring. But anyway, I shall see you all later, okay? Bye, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's like 9 p.m. I didn't realize how long this was gonna take me. Oops.